Hello everyone, thank you so much for always watching my video, especially to my viewers and subscribers in Asia. In this video, I'll be sharing the sample answers that I have made for this topic. One of my viewers or subscribers requested this video, and this topic is about a law on environmental protection. So these are the bullet points, what it is, how you first learn about it, who benefits from it, and explain how you feel about this law. I've prepared 2 sample answers for this part 2 topic. So let's begin. Read with me and do some shadowing, okay? I'd like to talk about a law about preserving the environment, and it is protection of wild animals. That law prohibits people from exporting wild animals to other countries without permission. I think it's useful mainly because it can protect wild animals and it can prevent the spread of serious diseases. If my memory serves me right, I learned laws about animals last semester in university. I heard that bringing animals to other countries without proper documents from the Ministry of Nature and Environment can cause penalties. If we break this rule, we have to go to a prison or pay 1,000 US dollars. I think this law is really necessary in many ways because of some reasons. First off, this law protects our ecosystem. Nowadays, some people are worried about bringing exotic animals because they destroy animals' natural habitat. I think it is a serious problem all over the world because it causes extinction. Secondly, I was over the moon about the fact that the law is strict. I think the majority of people follow this rule very well because if we go to an airport, a quarantine officer always inspects everyone's luggage. Finally, it can protect the animals, especially the endangered ones. Because of illegal trade of wild animals, it results in improper mishandling, which eventually leads to the death and extinction of some animal species. I guess that's all I can say, okay? So improper handling of wild animals, not improper mishandling, okay? There. So what are the words that you can use here? Alright, so here, protection. This law is about the protection of wild animals. Prohibits people from exporting wild animals. So these are a good phrase. If my memory serves me right, if you're talking about the past, you can use this expression. Without proper documents, so here, a topic-related expression, Ministry of Nature and Environment. Okay. All right. And then what else? Yeah, instead of saying firstly or first of all, you can use first off. There. Since we're talking about law about wild animals, so let's use some topic-related words. Exotic animals, natural habitat, extinction. Now let us use an idiomatic expression. I was over the moon. Instead of saying I was very happy, try to use I was over the moon. This is an idiom. And idioms are technical requirements of the IELTS organization if you want to get 7 and above in IELTS speaking. Okay? This one, quarantine officer. Right. And then endangered ones, endangered animals. Illegal trade. There. Improper handling. Okay, or you can also say mishandling. So it would be wrong if you write improper mishandling. I deleted that because it's actually redundant. Okay, so extinction, animal species. Alright, now let us continue to the second sample answer. I'm going to talk about a law on environmental protection, and it's the Water Quality Preservation Act. It's an environmental law aiming to prevent environmental hazards caused by water pollution. It also protects the citizens from drinking polluted water by managing and preserving rivers and lakes. I learned about this law a couple of years ago when I attended a lecture at my university. My professor was such an intellectual man, and he can talk about almost anything under the sun. He's also an environmentalist. That's why once in a while he would cover topics about the environment even if we're primarily studying history. I believe that this act is beneficial to people from all walks of life because we all need clean and potable water. These days, most rivers are contaminated due to toxic waste materials thrown by factories. I think this will benefit not only the present generation, but the future as well. I'm honestly happy about this environmental law because it can prevent companies from being careless of the wastewater they produce. If they disobey certain guidelines, they will be penalized. Okay, so this is a good expression. Certain guidelines. They will be penalized. And I think it's great because it can deter other companies from doing the same thing. This law has a lot of advantages if implemented properly because citizens can be guaranteed of consuming water free from pollutants. All right? So try to remember using the highlighted words, okay? Consuming water free from pollutants. If implemented properly, it can deter other companies, meaning it can prevent, it can stop. So since we're talking about laws, guidelines. So about the environment, here, wastewater. All right? Now let's move on to part 3. This is the first question. Are there laws about education in your country? Yes, definitely. In my country, there is a law related to compulsory education. All children and teenagers have to take public education at school. And taking education is their right, and our government has to provide them with education as well. In addition, there is also a law called lifelong education law. So adults can learn what they want in educational institutions. Okay? Alright, so now let us continue. The next question. What kinds of rules do schools in your country have? I think the rules depend on the school because private and public schools have their own policies. Some schools do not allow students to dye their hair. Another rule is that primary and middle school students must wear uniforms. Students should also avoid smoking, especially within the campus, because it can be considered a serious offense. There. Okay, serious offense means serious mistake. Alright. Number 3, what can teachers do to make students obey rules? First of all, teachers should ensure that students understand the rules completely. If students know the reasons behind the rules, their intention, and the benefits that they can gain if they follow regulations, they will cooperate and comply. Teachers should also be firm and consistent in implementing rules. Okay, so here I've given 2 ideas. So teachers should ensure that students understand the rules completely. And that is correct, right? Because if the students understand the rules, the intention, the purpose, and the benefits that they can get from the rule or from the law, they will follow, right? Last question. What should parents do to educate children about laws? I think parents should use simple words when they are teaching their kids about laws. I believe that jargon or complicated ideas should be avoided because it'll just lead to confusion and misunderstanding. They should explain clearly the purpose of the law and its benefits by using simple examples. Alright? So that would be all for today. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, please feel free to comment below. Thank you so much. Bye.